Sonic Generations is my favorite Sonic game of all time. Yes, I put it above Frontiers, I put it above the Adventure series. It is my favorite Sonic game because it brings back all the nostalgia I had from playing Sonic the Hedgehog 2 on that old plug-and-play system and amps that up to 11. Now, like in the last video, I'm not going to be going over the story just in case there's some people who haven't played the game, but also because there's barely a story in this game to begin with. My first experience with Sonic Generations was actually my brother's 14th birthday. You see, he got to stay home from school that day, and when I came home from school, I got to watch him play Sonic Generations, and instantly I fell in love with it. He actually handed me the controller and allowed me to play one of the classic levels because the modern levels were for him. We spent a lot of time playing Sonic Generations together, so much so that we created a profile. I would play all the classic levels, he would play all the modern levels until we beat the game. My mother would eventually buy me my own copy for the PlayStation 3, and then a few years later I would buy it for myself on Steam as well. To kick off, let's start with the obvious, the music. The music in Sonic Generations is amazing. They actually bring back stages from the past Sonic games such as Chemical Plant, Green Hill, Sky Sanctuary, and depending on which Sonic you're playing depends on which rendition of the song you get. So classic Sonic will have a classy feel to his songs, while modern Sonic will have a more modernized feel of the same song. You can also unlock music from other past Sonic games such as Night of the Wind, I Am All of Me, His World, you name it. It is my personal opinion that Sonic Generations has the best soundtrack of every Sonic game. Not only does it borrow from other games, but it has its own new renditions of the stages that we've played before. Another thing I like about Sonic Generations is how the characters feel. You see, classic Sonic plays like he did back in the Genesis days, and modern Sonic retains that Sonic Unleashed boost formula. Now classic Sonic, though having his speedy moments, mainly focuses on platforming, while modern Sonic tries to boost through the level as fast as possible with minimal platforming, at least until the later levels. The later levels have a lot more platforming in them. There are also skills you can give each character to make their gameplay a little bit more interesting, such as giving classic Sonic a homing attack or giving modern Sonic an infinite boost at the cost of never getting any rings. Funny thing is, equipping the right skill combination will actually allow Sonic to do things he's not supposed to be able to do. Like, I know he's the fastest thing alive, but this should not be possible. Another thing I like about the game is the level selection. You get some of the best and well-known levels that have ever been in Sonic games, such as Green Hill Zone, Chemical Plant, Speed Highway, City Escape, Planet Wisp, at least for the first half. You also get pretty decent boss fights here, such as Metal Sonic, Shadow's Rival Battle, Silver the Hedgehog's Redemption, Perfect Chaos, and so on and so forth. Another thing I appreciate about Generations are the side quests. The side quests in Generations are kind of fun, I'm not gonna lie, and they're your opportunity to unlock music to use in levels and artwork and whatnot. My favorite being the Vector mission. You know the one. Though not all of the side quests are fun, there's one that I think everyone can universally agree is good, and that's the Doppelganger missions. They allow you to replay the level, but racing a fake Sonic. If you beat him to the goal, you complete the mission. They're by far the easiest side quest to complete, and as long as you know the level layout, you'll beat the fake Sonic every time. One thing I don't like about Sonic Generations, however, is the final boss. I'm not going to show clips or spoil it here just in case there's somebody out there who's waiting for SonicXShadow Generations and have never played Sonic Generations, but if you know, you know. The biggest thing I like about Sonic Generations, however, is the modding scene. It has one of the biggest modding scenes in any video game ever. There's an infinite amount of content here, such as new levels, the Sonic 06 project, which is probably my favorite mod out there, as well as being able to play as Shadow before Sonic and Shadow Generations even comes out. There are plenty of mods out there that allow you to play as different characters such as Amy, Knuckles, Tails, Shadow, and there's a bunch of level mods too, a lot of which are very well made. Another thing I forgot to add because I completely forgot about it is that on the console versions of Sonic Generations, they actually bundled in Sonic the Hedgehog 1. So above Green Hill Zone, you can actually play the very first Sonic game. I'm not sure why this wasn't included in the Steam version. Your guess is as good as mine. I don't know why I didn't mention this before, but if you have all the Chaos Emeralds, you can actually turn Supersonic in the stages as long as you have 50 rings. If you have 50 rings, you could jump up and press the triangle or Y button and turn Super form. Sonic will then blast through the level super fast, and if you hold the boost button, you're going to be draining your rings super fast, so make sure you have a lot of rings. Obviously, there's a lot more to love about Sonic Generations than what I mentioned here today. If you guys like this type of content, consider leaving a like and comment down below what your favorite thing about Sonic Generations is. What do you think I failed to mention? Anyways guys, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.